country, the city taught her people skills, and the country taught her ethics. These combined, she successfully started her own business under Aflac and owes much of her success to the best marketing group in the world, LeTip of Carmichael.
Hi everybody, I'm Tiffany with Aflac. I'll give you a quick little background about me, how I ended up in insurance, then I'll give you some fun little claim, well maybe not fun, but claim stories and things like that. I'm originally from Los Angeles, grew up on Venice Beach, was kind of one of those hoodlum kids that wear those ridiculous homeless people, sweaters with the stripes, and you know what I'm talking about? Oh, I used to wear those all the time. From LA, I used to be a sailor. My sport in high school was sailing. That was what I did. Never dreamt of playing with horses, doing any of those things. I was supposed to go to the Naval Academy. I got into the Naval Academy, and then I chickened out at the last second. And my dad was so mad at me that he sent me to a psychiatrist for like 3 months, he thought I was so crazy, and it was a good thing. I just got too scared, so I decided not to do it. Came up to UC Davis, wanted to be a veterinarian, so I majored in animal science with an emphasis in equine reproduction.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm sure you know what that entails. Seen a lot of those things, done a lot of collections, things like that. After college, I went down to Harris Farms, and I didn't work with the stallions, I worked with the mares. I pulled out as a horse midwife. So I pulled out over 300 baby horses, one of which was California Chrome.
Hey,
Fun fact, no Tiff. I don't remember him at all. They all kind of look the same. But I wish that maybe I had put a little bit of money aside for him, maybe.
Taking more pictures.
Anyway, so I did that. After Harris, worst job I've ever had in my life, 60 hours a week, graveyard shifts, ag, just, ugh. I came back up here, went to Golden Gate Fields, worked at the racetrack for a while, and then at the vet school, on and off. And then I know a lot of you guys know my story, but that's where I snapped my foot in half. I had a horse going around the turn, and he slipped out sideways, and as he fell, it just folded my foot right up in half. It was pretty gross. But it was a good thing in the end. I was out of work for 8 months, and I have my own little Aflac story now, because when it comes to Aflac, what we're designed to do is we pay you cash if you're hurt or sick and not able to work. I was very hurt and not able to work. I was non-weight bearing on my foot for 8 months, and I was a horse trainer. So obviously I wasn't going to be training horses anytime soon. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I got in my car to go feed my horse or whatever I was doing, and I heard on the radio, come to the job fair while the unwashed of Sacramento come and try and get jobs. So I went to this job fair, and I found Aflac. Didn't think I would do insurance. Didn't think I would do sales. That just kind of sounds scary and things like that. But that's kind of my little story. I started off at Aflac, and since I did cold marketing on crutches. Got a lot of appointments that way.
I bet.
A lot of pity appointments. So the beginning of my business was pretty good. Actually, it was okay. I had one of my good friends had brain cancer at the time, so I was traveling to and from here down to San Diego to visit her all the time. So I would come up here, write a bunch of business, and go down to San Diego for a couple weeks, and I kind of did that for a while. So my start was a little bit slow, but by the end of the year, I was one of the highest producers in Aflac, so they promoted me. Thanks a lot to you guys. I really do appreciate all the business and the referrals you guys have given me. It's been very helpful. Cold marketing is, you guys know, it's kind of a bitch. So, what else do I want to tell you guys? Broke my foot. Oh, why I love Aflac other than what they could have done for me. So it's really easy for me to tell my story. We're all small business owners here, and there's a reason why we're small business owners, not W-2 employees. Is anybody here W-2? Oh crap. Sorry. With me, I always tell people I love Aflac because it gives me, me a chance to be a small business owner without having to, do what you guys do and invest in, a shop and invest in all that overhead and all those kind of things. I really like it. I don't like people telling me what to do anymore. I'm pretty much unhireable. If I ever lost Aflac, I don't know what I would do with my life, to tell you the truth. I make my own hours now, which is nice. That flexibility is super. I know most of us are small business owners for that reason. And you're not trading dollars for hours. I think that's painful, personally, because it doesn't really matter how hard you work or how not hard you work. If you're getting paid the same as someone else, there's no incentive for you to work harder. So that's why I love Aflac, and that's kind of my little story. I don't know, what else was I going to say? Claims? You guys want to hear about some fun claim stories?
Sure.
I had a policyholder who shot his thumb off cleaning his gun.
Oh.
That was awesome. He goes, do you want pictures? And I was like, no, Aflac doesn't need pictures. I actually had quite a few clients lose their thumbs. Chopped the thumb off at a car shop. Something with the jack, you put it down and just sliced it off. And then one of my cuter claim stories is I had one of my policyholders at Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving, she broke her tailbone at work. She slipped and she fell real hard, and workers' comp was going to cover it, but they take a little while to pay. And our accident policy pays on or off the job. It doesn't really matter. And she texted me and she says, do you know when I'm going to get paid? Because we don't have the money to put food on the table for my kids for Thanksgiving. And I said, you're gonna get paid in like 4 days, something or other. So since I'm a manager too, I was able to escalate the claim and get him paid in a day, which was nice. And she invited me over for Thanksgiving, and they had all this food. So it's one of my really cute stories. It was just like her kids were like, oh, did you pay for this? I was like, no, I didn't pay for this. I really did not. So that's kind of my little story. I think that's all I have for you guys. Do you guys have any questions for me? Mr. Attorney?
Yes, Ms. Dube.
Uh-huh.
If we have a business client who's not right here in Fair Oaks or Citrus Heights, can we send you there to do one of your presentations?
Yeah. So my areas, I usually do, so my farthest I actually have businesses two businesses in San Francisco, but I have someone else service them, so I don't even get the majority of the money there. But I go from Vacaville to like Roseville. Unless it's a really big business, then I'll go anywhere. My biggest business is a medical center, and there are 115 people. I ideally like my smaller businesses, so don't think that, oh, let's look for a referral for Tiff, 50 employees or more. I love smaller businesses. Those people are more, in my opinion, more important to protect because they have more at stake and their income's not going to be as much as someone with a bigger business and things like that. The smaller businesses, too, are better because I don't have to climb some corporate ladder to get to the owner. I don't have to give a million presentations to get there. I can just go to my small business, talk to the owner. He says, yeah, sure, come in and talk to my guys, and it's one and done. As opposed to those corporate ones, man, they just take forever. So I like my little employers. I think they're cute. Liz?
Talk about your programs that you have available and how the costs vary and the
Mm-hmm.
types of things.
So we have 2 minutes. Okay, hello. When it comes to programs, so we have everything, anything you can think of, all accidents and all sicknesses. So accidents is our accident policy. Sicknesses are going to be a little bit more specific, I guess. So we have a cancer policy is what we're founded on. It's our highest paying policy. Our Cadillac cancer policy will pay anywhere from 60 to 80 grand on a yearly basis. And if you have kids are free, and the payout's usually double. Because we know if a kid does get diagnosed with something serious like that, it's 2 incomes that are affected, not just one. It's not one parent goes with kid to chemo while the other parent works. So it's payout for kids is double. There's hospital policies. We have dental and vision as well. Specified health event is another good one. Think of you have your cancer, then you have your other serious stuff. So think of any of your other organs trying to do something wonky. So kidneys, heart attacks, coma, stroke, things like that would be specified health event. We cover for those too. When it comes to cost, we have different levels. Our lowest level cancer policy will run you $11 a month. The highest level will run you $80. And then, like I said, kids are free, so it varies everywhere. Specified health events anywhere from 20 to 45, I believe. And then the only caveat that kind of sucks, I know most of you guys are small business owners, less than 3 employees, things like that. On a direct basis, policies are a little bit more expensive. So if you came to me on the street, and said I wanted Aflac, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than if you got it through like Buckley's or something like that.
Tiffany, since I mentored you when you came into this group, you really had a problem in speaking just a few months ago. I just want to let you know you've come a long way.
Oh, well, thanks!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I do so many employee presentations now, and Aflac, they train us to do speaking one-on-one with employees, which is pretty easy. But now I like group presentations now, so I've started doing a lot more of those. So yeah, I am a lot better. I appreciate that. Thank you for noticing. Aww.
Sweetheart.
Thank you.